Okay. Um, I'm gonna go to Deirdre Davis. Deirdre Davis. We're gonna go. I'm gonna pull you up. Okay. Um, these for time's sake, you can say, give me a message or ask me a question. And I'm sure my students it'll open up something. So you let me know. And either way is fine. Trust me, either way is completely fine. Nothing is like either way is fine. Go ahead.
I would say, please give me a message.
Okay. Believe it. The next time someone wants to give you a message, you got to be a part of it. This is the belief system that you need from the very beginning. You are stepping in front of people with gifts. You don't know when you're going to step in front of another person with a gift like that. Don't waste it. It's your guides doing this. So all you need to do is ask the question. That's all they're asking you to do. You can't get a message if you're not part of the message. We're no longer doing that type of work anymore. That's for the ones that still need to believe it. If you're sitting with Asha, you believe it. So I'm just giving you that. And this is who I am. And please, it's coming from my heart. I'm not trying to be crazy here. I'm just saying I believe in you. So the next time there are certain spiritual laws that you must abide by in the spiritual realm in order to receive a message that is in alignment with your guides. But you can't get halfway down the road and say, I don't believe it. So I'm going to ask you again this question because I know you. So I'm going to ask you again. I'm going to give you that. And I know you're going to teach what I just said. So I know that. So I'm going to ask you again. Is there a question that you have, or do you want me to deliver a message?
I have a question.
Thank you.
I would like to know
Hmm.
if my son made it safely to the other side and he's continuing working on the other side.
Yes. Yes, he did. Now I'm going to confirm so that you will never come down this path again. He is on the other side. He's not your son on the other side, and you're not his mother. You know that. You know that already. So, yes. Is he away from you? No. Okay. Is he your comrade? Yes. Did he need to go on the other side? Yes. He needed to because the work had to be done that way. So, it is, he's in a better place than you. I tell you that much. So there's no need for tears on that level. Okay. Boom. We got it. Believe it. Let's go next. I'm with Karen Hannon and we're gonna go. And wait a minute. Is any of my people want to add something? If not, I'm gonna move on but if you want to add something, Kat or Leonard, okay. When y'all get ready, I'm gonna move right on and y'all jump on in. Um, we have Karen Hannon. Please, can you unmute your mic real quick?
Hello.
Hello. Okay. I'm going to ask you a question. Do you want me to deliver a message to you or do you have a question? And what I
I
said
want
with the address, it's not for everybody. So,
I want you to deliver a message to me, please.
okay. There are times that you have to wear your hair out. It's not every time that you cover your head like that, especially during times where you're trying to receive. Now, if you
Mhm.
want to cover your head because you might be receiving too much, you need a net, not a complete scarf. The threading is very
Uh,
important. The thread crown is very important.
Thank you for that. I do take it off when I go outside to meditate, but only when I get to my point where I'm ready to meditate, I take it off. Tell me about the net. I don't even know what.
Meaning the cloth must have air in between it. It must
I
not
see what you're
be a
saying.
solid cloth. That's why you
Thank you
see
for that.
women wrapping their hair in nets, and they don't wrap their hair in a complete cloth.
Thank you. I've never been told that. I appreciate you sharing that with me.
Yes, you're welcome. Um, we're gonna go to. Does that say Jordan Fowler, like my name? Okay. All right.
Hi.
Okay. So, did you like a question? Would you like a question, or would you like for me to give you a message?
For some reason, my spirit says both, so we're gonna go with that.
No, you're going. No, you're going to land this puppy. You're not. We're not doing that.
Can you say that again?
You're going to be more specific. If your spirit said that, then you need to question your spirit. Like what?
Deliver a message then.
Mm-mm. I'm not letting you off the hook. You know exactly what you need to ask me.
I don't have a question.
Mm. How's your job?
Good.
You love it?
It allows me to, it's like how I make a living so that I can do other
Do
things
you love
that I
it?
truly enjoy outside of that.
Do you love it?
Um, I love other things more.
Do you love it? See, the reason why I'm doing this with you is going to help you get a clearer message from your guides.
Mhm.
Somehow you and I know this, not just because I experienced you when I was younger, like that. And I had to be clearer because I was getting unclear messages because I was unclear.
Mm.
I didn't make a solid yes or no. This is the universe. They don't get into details. You can't open up a channel and talk through it for like 5 minutes to get to the point. The weight of us carrying that open is too strong. It's too strong because you're asking us to hold a dimension open to answer your question. Even though we see it seems very easy, it's not. It's not. So ask me a question about your ancestry. I see so many points about your ancestry, about your mixed ancestry. Boom. That alone would take about session. Just that. Just that alone.
Mhm.
Okay. So I'm going to leave that there because I planted the seed in you so that you speak to your guides in a very clear way. Because you have a lot to say. You have a lot to share. It's programming. That's what it is. It's a program. You're in a program. And I get it. Before, as we start to evolve, we have to kind of come out of the program because there's a way to speak to the universe. There is actually a way that you have to speak to the universe, and it's a vibration more than words. So it's a vibration. So that's what I'm doing. Is like I'm raising your vibration. Like, ask the quite like there are questions that when we get off, you're gonna say, "Oh, I could have asked them that, and I could have asked them that," and you could have, and it will come back to you. But the lesson was that you need to ask me the question. The lesson was, why didn't you?
I don't I don't have a specific question. Nothing comes to
I
mind.
know. I know. I know. Just remember this. You see your ancestry? That came to mind.
Mhm.
That's you have to identify the question. You're looking at it, but you're not aware that that's actually a question that you may need like practical information on.
Are you referring to Earth ancestry?
Your DNA,
Mm.
your ancestors.
Mm.
It's all over you. That's why I see it. It's all over you. But that's okay. If you continue to work, you'll see it. It's a powerful mix. I'm not going to spoil the surprise. It's a powerful mix of DNA. Okay, so look that way. Sometimes you have to know where you came from to figure out who you are, you know? And it's not the obvious. So don't look in the obvious place. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not in the obvious place. It's not obvious. That's why you don't see it. Because it's not obvious, but you feel it. You feel it, but you don't see it. Okay. Leonard, would you jump in? Because this seems like One
Got
for
a couple.
you.
Uh, like, what phase are you in on this journey? Because I'm getting a feeling of you're not necessarily trusting yourself.
I do trust myself. I don't the way that I don't think in like binary or duality, and I I think for me like English can be so limiting, at least when I'm thinking or trying to communicate with other people. So I guess even trying to think of a way to.
Hmm. Can I cut to the chase real quick with this one for you? The DNA that I'm talking about, and I think Leonard is picking up as well, is not human.
That makes a lot of sense. That's
Right.
why
That's why I say it's not in the obvious place. So don't
or
look obvious.
I
It's
was
not
trying
human.
to, yeah,
Right. Okay.
yes,
And
that makes
that's what he was picking up with you. The insecurity is because you're not able to articulate it and it comes out as insecurity, not clarity. But if you knew it,
hmm
then you'd be able to articulate it to us who are like you. You just think it's us. We're helping you say, okay, there are words. We say galactic. We say
yeah.
Arcturian. That's what we say. And so what Leonard was picking up was you're in two dimensions. And one is not stronger. They're not at the same strength in you. Okay? Yes.
That makes
And
sense.
Leonard does that.
I
He
don't
does that.
always feel comfortable enough with people to talk about it. And I think language is so limiting, and there are so many words. There aren't words for the things that are. There aren't words for that. So I guess
Yes.
that's why I answered both when you asked, do I have a question, or would I like to receive a message? Because that's the only word I can use to communicate.
But you did.
Yeah.
Something when you achieve something, stop and relish in it. We just achieved, we had a breakthrough. I saw something, Leonard saw something. We saw the same thing, but we saw it in two different dimensions. We literally saw a third dimension of you and a fourth dimension of you. And we both read it. That's fine because galactic energy, they need to be able to do that. You do not go to readers, can only read. This is ascension. They got to read your galactic part. If they can't do that, tell them go take a class, go what they need to do, but you're not that being anymore because you're going to give me some third dimensional direction, which I'm not there anymore. And that's how we push people to get better. We push them to get better. So you have that galactic energy. So boom, we got you. Are you good? You feel better?
Thank
I
you.
know you do. I know you do. Because that's what we do. Okay. Vanessa Bryant. Okay. Vanessa, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. We have you've been listening to what we've been doing, and we've got some my students here that are chiming in, and I know you guys from Asha, so I want you to relax a bit, and I want you to either say deliver a message to me, or ask a question.
Deliver a message, please.
In what part of would you like the message delivered? In what sector of your life would you like it delivered?
Um, Career?
Career or mission?
That's the one.
There
Mission.
you go. Okay. Articulate that. Articulate that. Because
I
I
would.
could give you a career thing, but the mission is where you really want. Okay. Let's do that. I'm going to open it up, and one of my students is going to come in and chime in. Your mission, one of your missions is to move people. You move people out of the way. You move people out of the way because you move. The journey that you're taking, that you're about to take, is going to move you. It's going to come out of left field, so you don't expect it. But you know exactly where you need to be. It's like an opportunity opens up and you move. It's okay. You need to move deeper into fresh water. All I feel is fresh water. Fresh water. That's all I keep saying. Fresh water. Fresh water.
Okay.
Okay. What does that mean?
Yes.
Fresh water.
That's what I was going to ask you. What would be an example of like fresh water?
Hot springs.
Say that again.
Hot springs.
Hot springs. Okay.
Springs. Fresh water. Okay. I'm going to call on, Jeanette. I'm going to call on Jeanette. Hello, Jeanette. Jeanette, this is from Jamaica. She's in Jamaica right now.
Hi, how's everyone
Hello.
doing?
Hello.
Miss Brian, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So while Mr. Lawrence was talking, I heard indigo. An indigo child. You're kind of like an old school, old soul. So your way of doing things may be old school. Um, Old school, it's the roots. So trying to stick more to the roots. I think you give the information, you give information that needs to be passed on based upon your knowledge from what you were given. And for that, how am I saying this? Stick to the roots of it. Because what you're departing is it's old school, and that is where the way it's needed to be passed on. It's a root information, and that is the way that it needs to be passed on. I mean, yes, there's
Yes.
some can interpret in a modern way, but try to keep it in a root, in that root, in that deep aspect of your truth.
Yes.
Traditional
Yes.
or ancestrally?
What-
It's both. Indigo, it's a galactic too as well, so it's not necessarily ancestral alone, but
Well, let me come in just for a second to explain a little bit more about what she means by indigo and how that relates to you. It is ancestral, but it's galactic. But the indigo comes out of South Carolina, the Gullah Geechee people.
That's
So
what my
she
father.
is talking about ancestral at the same time.
Okay, I thought
Okay.
so.
I
I
was
just
going
wanted
to
to clear
say,
that up.
Lawrence, that I heard something, I received something about grandmother and healing and something with your hands.
Uh-oh. There you go.
pardon me.
There you go. That's a hit. There you go. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. You're welcome. All right.
My
Thank you,
grandmother's
Paris.
Bible is over there, and I knew when I collected it that I was going to need it. It's over with my oracle cards and stuff, but I knew I was going to need it. Okay.
And for Paris to be chiming in with the oracle cards and the whole thing, it's a dead on hit. You have no idea how dead on hit that is right there.
My grandmother's Bible is sitting on my altar, and I have oracle cards that I use for ancestry readings underneath that Bible. So that's what I heard for you.
And see, for right now, they're over there. The cards are on top of on top of her Bible. And then with Jeanette, and you said she's in Jamaica. I just found out last August that on my father's side, they're from Trinidad. So, okay.
You're getting it all. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on to that. And thank you, Jeanette. And thank you, Paris. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. And we're going to keep moving on because we got some more headed to. I'm going to, wait a minute. A Shakti Wellness, she, her? Who? We got
That's
two.
Shay. That's one of my, she's under my other one. But it's Shay. Yes, please, please. Shay, come forth, please, ma'am.
Shay.
Yes. Hi.
Okay. All right, Shay. Shay, you've been hearing us speak. So do you have a question or do you want me to deliver a message? And please be as specific as possible.
I want you to deliver a message from my dad. He transitioned Christmas. I can't hear him. I know he's here. I just can't hear him. And I think that's because of the emotions, the upheaval of emotions.
I know.
I can't hear
You
him.
didn't need to ask that. You just answered it. You just answered it. I'm only going to repeat what you just said because it's the truth. It's the truth. The emotional attachment is too strong right now. It's not going to show up. It's not going to cause you pain. You need to go. You're going to go through a process. You don't need to look for him. He's already here. He's already here. And here's the thing. Can I tell you this? And this might sound, oh my goodness. Rejoice. Rejoice. He did it. He did it. He did it. You've seen him do it. Rejoice. Because really, that high vibration he needs. He can't do nothing with that grief. He can't do nothing with that grief. Can't do a thing with it. So turn this around. Because I think he has a birthday coming up. Is there something coming up?
His birthday was in November.
Father's Day. Something's coming up. Where you're
Yeah,
going to remember him on that day. You're going to remember him on a certain day. I don't know what it is. It could be Easter or something like that. It's a day that is it is. So let it ask me another one. Because you didn't ask me that one. I'm gonna need you to have a good time. I'm gonna need you to stop looking for bad times. Because they're there. But I'm gonna need you to have a good time. I'm gonna need you to lighten up. I'm gonna need you to roll one up and smoke it. You know? I need you to roll one up and smoke it. I need you to go out and smoke it and enjoy yourself. Do some silly ass shit. Do some crazy, go bowling, whatever that's silly that you do, but you can't do it with nobody. You got to do it by yourself. I need you to go and remember the little girl. You're always going to be the little girl now. Don't give it up. Don't give her up. She's the one that keeps you here. Okay? Is anyone of my team wants to share something?
I just wanted to say, hey, peace and love and light. I'm Kat. When going through the grieving process, you have to remember it's like different stages of that. So she's gonna feel those influx of emotions for a while, but she has to remember to give herself grace because he's always gonna be with her and guide her. Just like as she's in these meters right now to transition to get to a better space in life and her overall well-being and a greater version of herself. He's not going to steer her into no spaces where she can't elevate. So she has to give herself that grace, know that it's different stages of death. It's all a part of the life or circle. And if you rejoice and celebrate in his remembrance, that day that Lawrence is talking about, you can choose that day where you specifically can celebrate in his memories and kind of live on, have that tradition going on to keep his memory alive, long as that fuels your heart and not deter you to be in your box. You have to get out that box. That's all.
Thank you,
Thank
Kat.
you.
Thank you. Thank you, Kat. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I receive it.
Yes. Good.
Thank you.
You good? There you go.
Thank
Can
you.
I share with
Win with a
Shay
smile.
about grief?
What you say?
I just want to share with Shay because I don't know what phase of grief I'm in. I just know that it's still there. But one thing that I feel like I have done is my son passed away on a Sunday. So I've renamed that Sundays
Yeah. Yeah.
as a healing day
Yep.
because I run and I do everything for everybody else during the week and handle, my business. But on Sundays,
That's your
I allow
Sabbath.
myself to feel and do whatever it is that I need.
That's your Sabbath. That's your Sabbath
Okay.
day. That's what it
Yes,
is. Thank you.
it is. And
Thank you.
so I suggest that whatever day that, like he said, you find to just connect and celebrate your dad. On those days, I'm in here turned up to his favorite music,
There you
singing,
go.
dancing, lighting candles.
There you
Some
go.
days I might just sleep all day. But
There you
whatever I
go.
feel like doing that day and acknowledge it of me and his relationship, I do it. So I just want to encourage you.
Thank you.
Good.
I
Good.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Thank you for chiming in. Okay, so we have what is it? No. I need Jay. I need Jay. Jay, can you unmute your mic and turn on your camera? JX. Okay. Let's see if he comes on. Okay, so then let's move on. Quiana Banks, can you unmute your mic and turn on your camera? Okay, here she is. Hello.
Hello,
Hello. Can you say your name one time so I can get it right?
Anna.
Kiana. Okay. Um, you've been listening, so would you like a message or would you like for us to um answer a question?
Well, I've been feeling very powerful energy over here since I cut this on. I think I cut it on at 7:07. I logged on. Um, and so I've been feeling like, something radiating through my stomach and my chest. Can you tell me what that is? Because
Oh,
I had a rough few days here.
okay. We all have.
Have
We
you?
all
Okay.
have. Yeah, so
Just
you're part of. No, it's not just you. We all have. We had a
okay.
rough week.
Okay.
Yeah, there's people. We've been pretty banged up. It's been my job to. Sometimes it's my job to just say the truth, and then we work around it. But it's just my job to say the loving truth, the divine
Mhm.
truth that we won. We already won. We're just going through the motions of winning, but we already won. So 707 is an ascension number. It's an ascension code. So when you look up 707, it's a 14, which is a 5 change. That means change is on you right now. Right now. There's changing that's happening to you on the DNA level. I don't know where you guys are, so I'm going to speak on multiple levels with you. There is an ancestral misalignment that you are getting at. There's something that you think is yours and it's not yours. It's in your blood. It's not yours. You don't have it. You didn't do anything to get misaligned, but be born into it. And by being born into it, yes, and be born into it. So let me look at me for a moment. Can you look at me for a moment?
Mhm.
Okay. You're a badass energy healer. That's what you are. The energy that comes off of your hands is badass, but you got to understand it's fire and it'll consume some shit too. But that is not yours. That came with you. So don't suffer with something that's not yours. You're the doctor to it. You ain't the patient to it. And sometimes you think you're the patient. I'm like, no, you don't do that. You didn't do anything to get that. You didn't do anything that rageful to get that level of rage that comes through you like that. You didn't do anything for that. So you have to understand that yes,
I
you are
have
here to heal that. Paris, are you jumping in?
Yeah, I was gonna say there's something that she's sitting on that she's mean energetically, she's resentful for something that she needs to let go of. And it's holding you back. I feel it like all like when I'm in your energy, my chest feels like it's trying to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's
Mm-hmm.
pounding. It's pounding. And it's like a mix of nervousness and festivity, and you have to let that out. It's blocking what it is you want to do. You can see it in all in your mannerisms. It's something you're resentful of. That like Lauren said is not yours, but it's something that you feel came with you, but it's with you to shift and heal so that you can flip it into being something else, so that you can take power over it instead of it ruling you. But I feel it like right here.
Yes. That's it. You gonna
I
feel better?
I feel like it's hard to do my work when I'm upset. And I'm upset a lot. I'm upset a lot. I am pissed off. And so I be expected to do my work in a happy space. I want to meditate in a happy space. I want to do the work when it's easy.
Okay. Okay. We're not going to, but we're going to give you a bit of energy. Okay. Because right now, there are no words for this. I want everyone to take a deep breath. Hold it and release. Deep breath. Hold it and now release. One more time. Deep breath. Hold it and now release. Now send light on one accord. Thank you. Are you there?
I am here.
Are you smiling?
I am.
We kicked that ass, didn't we? Celebrate the wins.
Yeah.
Celebrate the wins. That's fellowship right there. That's fellowship. And then I have a producer here who's chimed in and he said that you might want to take martial arts.
Okay.
You might want to funnel all of that into something. That's what he said. So you might want to take martial arts. So feeling better. This is what we do. This is what we do. This is
Okay.
what we do. This is what we do. This is a part of what we do. This is part I'm teaching. This is part what the students here are doing. We're not identifying what's wrong. We're identifying what's right. Whole different set of ascension readings. Ascension is not about telling you to align. You have to understand you are a soul. You have been here before. A lot of this stuff ain't from this lifetime. It just ain't from this lifetime. And then only to get there, you'd have to go through a spiritual awakening to get there. It's not like you just go from zero to ascension. You have to go through the spiritual awakening process. But at the same point, we're on a bigger time level. It's not like 1993 anymore. It's 2004. It's ticking. It's ticking. We're in a bigger scene. So that's why we are doing these sort of events where we come in, we give you the information, and we leave. You want to hang out with us, you can. But that's what we're doing here. Okay. So good. Jay, we're gonna get a hold of Jay because we didn't get a hold of him, and then we have a Rex. But Jay, are you there? And can you and then I think we have a Samara. Um, so is Jay, are you there? I don't know if he's there. Omega Fraser, are you there? Ali, are you there?
Yes, Omega's here.
Okay. Okay. Omega, can I see your I mean, can I see your picture like your yeah, there you go. You've been
Yes.
listening to what we've been saying?
Yes, I would like a message on the spirit body connection for me.
Be a little bit more specific.
My um my it's very connected, and so there are times where I'm going through spiritual awakenings or shifts like that, and then I will have problems with my organs, um, hormonal imbalances, gain a lot of weight that can't be rectified through exercise and diet.
Okay, so there's two things happening. You have to identify spiritual awakening and ascension. Ascension comes with a whole host of different symptoms than the spiritual awakening does. If you are having hormonal problems, it's your lymphatic system, you might want to check that because your ascension is not really about a human body, it's about your galactic body and it's not the same body. Okay? You need light. You're not getting sun. You got to get to sometimes and I was this way. That's why I'm saying it. Sometimes you know so much that you know nothing. You know what I mean? And you
Mhm.
just got to get back to basics. What do I need? I need sun and I need water. That's what I need. And I need earth. Go to the basics of who you are and align your body. Your body is it's sensitive, but it's not what you're putting in your body, it's what you are around that's throwing it off. Like you have to study energy. That's why I'm like, this is an ascension symptom. This is not a spiritual symptom. Symptoms, ascension symptoms are like we can't um like we will have uh technology poisoning where we would take in too much technology and it would cause us to it would feels like it just feels ucky. You feel like your mind is racing. You feel like you're on. And the only way to do that is to get back into nature, take your shoes off, and let that excess energy flow through you into nature, transmute it, and keep going. Or walk across some grass. You have to know the specifics around your energetic field. Now, a lot of what you're doing is just a phase. It's going to go and come, but this is okay. And I'm going to say this to a lot of y'all. A lot of this is a session. So I'm only going to tap on some of it, but I think you know what I'm talking about, right, Omega? Do you kind of know what I'm talking about?
There could be several things you could tap on.
Okay. I'm
Mhm.
talking about your frequency. I'm talking about the frequency that you're emitting. And that's because there's a little healing that needs to go on that you may or may not know, but it is emitting a lower frequency.
Mm.
And you might go through it 3, 4, 5 times a day and unaware that that's dropping your frequency. You're playing a scenario in your mind.
Mhm.
It's poisoning you. So that needs to be a deeper session on that one. Okay. But we got it. We got it. It's
Thank you.
practical information. Tomorrow, put on 741 hertz and raise your vibration, your galactic vibration, your fourth dimensional, fifth dimensional self. Because that's where we're going anyway. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right. We're gonna speed this up, people. Jay, we've been looking for Jay. Oh, hey Shamikwa. Hey Celine. Selena's here too.
Oh,
Um, Jay, you've been listening to us.
yes.
Okay. Do you have a question, or would you like us to answer, or do you like us to deliver a message?
Deliver a message.
Leonard? Leonard? This one's for you. And I ain't even gonna heat it up. It's just cold as cold could be.
being honest, I'm not getting much, but I can tell you one thing, brother, you're on the right path. If you're here with us right now, you're on the right path.
There you go.
You're getting the guidance, you're receiving the signals, and you are making the right moves. So I can say you're on the correct path. Continue to believe in yourself and continue to believe in that intuition, that feeling, that inner guidance. That's all I got.
That's all that needs to be said. You good, Jay? Okay. That's all that needs to be said. We can move on from there. We got Rex Cole, and then I'm gonna come down to Samaria's and Ali. Rex, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Okay, Rex. Have you been listening to us?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have a question, or would you like for us to deliver a message and be a little bit more detailed, if you want?
Hey, Lawrence, real quickly, Rex is the one with the land.
Oh, the
Mhm.
land that's in North Carolina.
We're talking about doing the camping now. He has
Oh, okay. Okay. So Rex, you would probably need to ask me a question about that. Well, ask me something that's practical.
Um, well, I wanted just to kind of deliver a message. I really don't have any questions about the land.
Okay.
I would just like to deliver a message, if possible.
Okay, please do.
The communication got turned around.
Are you there, Rex? You have the message?
I am.
Do you have the message you said you wanted? You want us to deliver a message to you? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. We thought you was going to deliver a message to us.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we all waiting. We all like,
Oh, no. Oh, no.
We looking at you like you going through something, you know?
Oh, no. I'm actually driving. I just left from B class. I just finished up my beekeeping class.
We
I
was
passed
being
that joint, so I'm
sacred,
actually on the
we was
road.
all being sacred back here.
My bad. Apologies for that.
Okay. The message is stay exactly who you are. Stay who you are. Stay there. Stay happy, stay lifted, stay moving. Stay moving. Stay happy, stay lifted, stay moving, be aware, but stay in that vibration, whatever vibration that is and frequency that is, stay there. Stay there. There's times that you are being, we call it written. There's times that you be written by a spirit that the spirit almost is speaking on you, and you doing the opposite. You're doing the exact opposite. That's the land. That's why I said you need to ask me a question about the land, and it just showed. The land just showed up on you. The spirit, the ancestors of the land, they walk with you. We call you beacon light holders. You're different than spiritual people. You have to hold the light. We work the light. We're light workers. You hold the light. Oh, different. That's why I said you got to hold that vibration. We're going to support you in holding that vibration. And we're going to ask, there's some ancestral work you have to go on the land. There's a whole bunch of stuff happening on that land. And I would assume the eclipse you need to be wrapped around that one. Deeply.
Okay.
You need to deeply be wrapped around that one because they coming. Okay, so thank you, Rex. Samaria.
Hi,
Yes. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. Could you take down your hair? Thank you. Thank you. We know her. We know her. We know her. We didn't know the other one, but we know her. Okay. I'm going to deliver a message. I'm going to deliver some clarity. And I don't usually talk about love life because I'll be on for hours. Okay. So I don't do that. So I'm doing this to be like, just to confirm something with you.
Okay.
You you're not who you think you are. You don't show up the way you think you show up.
Mm.
You don't. So that's why I had to tell you, take your hair down. I know her, but I don't know you. Showing up in a different way, and you thinking it's one way, but it's a different way, and they respond to you in that way because there's a duality in you. And sometimes you don't know who you are. Like you know who you are, but you don't know when she shows up because she could show up. You can go to the kitchen and come back another woman.
Mm.
Yeah, and because you deeply in your mind. When you go deep in your mind, you can go to the bathroom and come back another woman.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're deeply thinking like the way you deep think, that's why I'm like, okay, so um, make that work for you. First of all, stop thinking that deeply. The reason, and I want to say that I'm not saying that you should, but what you're thinking about, you already know the answer. You're playing a scenario. That's what I'm saying. You're not. It's not getting you moving you anywhere. You're just replaying this scenario, and that's because we all have it. A lot of us are addicted to anger, rage, and we don't want to admit it, but we love it. It just makes the day go on. You know what I mean? You just feel like I could just hate this person all day long today. Let's not act like we don't feel that way. We do sometimes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're human. Shit. Why not? You know? But what we have to understand is like, okay, I got to stop doing this to myself. I got to stop doing this to myself. It's affecting, I'm not showing up the way I think I'm showing up. And sometimes you show up in rage and you think you're showing up with love.
Mm.
And they respond to it that way. And you're like, what are you talking about? And they're like, your energy is, and you're like, what energy? But by the time they get it to you, you're too far in to turn around. So I want you to think about that. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Ali, and then we're going to go Dr. Latoya. Ali.
Peace to you and the tribe.
Peace to you, Ali. You've heard us talk, brother. Is there a message you want for us to deliver, or is there a question that you have?
I have a question.
Sure.
I've been seeking and attracted to the light damn near all my life, but I'm highly more interested into the why am I more highly interested in the darkness or what's in the dark?
Because we all crawled out of the dark. We don't get to the light, but the dark. We have to go through the dark. The dark in you is not dark, it's willful. It's not evil, it's willful. So it's a difference between evil and dark. Dark is, it doesn't have, it just is evil. It's against anything. It's damaged, severely, severely damaged. You know, evil is severely damaged. Dark is not damaged. It's just willful. A lot of it's willful. Like, I want this. That's the difference between religion and esoteric energy. That's the difference right there. So you are in a duality right now that you will come out of because love is the highest frequency. The darkness is because you're attracting dark because of the past life you've had. That's why you've always head toward the light, but you know the dark. And then you hang around, and then there's a lot of people who have dark conversations with you. It's like interview with it's very vampiric conversations that they have with you. And they keep
Can I say
triggering that.
something, Lawrence?
Yes, please, please, please.
I was gonna, as soon as he started speaking, I heard cloaking. I don't know if something's cloaked or if he's trying to cloak himself or maybe trying to, as he said, he's more attracted to one side but he
Well,
has
let me tell you
interest
the
in the other
cloaking. I'm
side.
glad you said that. The cloaking comes with him because we do it too. And I'm sure,
Mm-hmm.
Paris, you know it too about the cloaking.
Mm-hmm.
The cloaking comes because he can go in dark places. This is a good thing. I have it too. We can go, light beings can go into dark places. That's why he has that cloak. Because he could sit right there, sit right next to the devil and have a conversation. Because there's respect that comes with that. So thank you, Paris. Thank you for that. You're right. That when I didn't, but it comes with him. But you saw it immediately because he doesn't know who's on the panel, so it'll instantly cloak him. And but here's another thing. Fuck it, be happy. Fuck it, be happy. Why we got to identify what happy is and where I came from? I don't give a fuck where I came from. I'm here. I don't give a fuck if you dark. You could be pitch black fucking dark. I don't give it. As long as you don't hurt me or hurt nobody that I know, that's your choice. That ain't my choice. You made the wrong choice because I made the right choice. I suffered for the right choice. But I know you have to make that choice to get to where you are, where we are. You can't skip into the light. You got to crawl into the light. You can't skip into the light. You got to crawl into that light. And that's where you are. And you're going to bring other people who are dark into the light. Because can nobody go in? You got to have the dark gene to go into those places. I know. I know. You got to have that. And we the last to figure it out. We'll be sitting around a whole bunch of demons saying, God, why? Why am I sitting around a bunch of demons? Because he's like, no, your assignment is to, not all of them are going to end up the way they began. And the only way that that they were going to get help is that a person that has that frequency in their DNA is going to go over there and sit next to them. And that's all you got to do. You don't have to talk to anybody. Your vibration is already there. They want to engage you. You know what I mean? They want to engage you. Do the cloaking. You're good at it. You're supposed to have it. Don't use it. Take it off because you might keep it on in personal spaces, and now nobody knows you're there. Now nobody knows you're in the house. You don't even show up, and then when you be like, "How come ain't nobody paying attention to me?" They don't see you there. They don't know you're there. You ain't giving off a vibration. You ain't present. And then usually you get mad, and then that'll make you present. Then they see you. Then they'll see you immediately. But understand the gray area. It's called gray area. The gray area is where you can go into both sides and understand it's not as understand this. The gray area doesn't mean spells and witchcraft and all that. That just means that I'm not in church. And if you say something to me, you might get your ass whooped. That's what I mean. Like I'm not a pastor. I'm not any of that. Then you say something to me, I'm gonna beat your ass, and I'm gonna love you through it, but you're gonna get your ass beat. And people understand that now. They understand that now. They understand that now. They're like, no, and they have to. You have to hold reverence to both sides because how are both sides going to speak if they don't? If you don't bring them together? So you good, Ali?
Gratitude.
I wanted to add a little.
Yeah.
When
Who's
he,
talking? Who's that? Oh,
I
Lenore.
didn't.
Okay, go ahead.
When he said he was attracted to the door, I didn't get anything bad from it. I got more of a curiosity of truth, of getting his own personal truth of what darkness.
There you go. There you go. That's it. That's it. Okay, we're gonna go to we have where is she? She was here. There you go. Dr. Latoya Nicole Edwards.
No specific question. I'm open to any deliverance or channeling of a message that y'all have for me.
Okay, so you need to give us more. You need to give us more.
What do you mean?
You need to be a part of, you need to be more detailed in your question. It's not a general message.
I don't have a. I'm trying to think. I don't have a question though.
You don't have a specific question
Because I came in late.
about your spirituality.
I guess my question would probably be, what would it like for me to do next, or in reference to my path? But I still can't think of a question, a
What
specific
did you
question.
get your doctorate in? What did you get your doctorate in?
Social work.
Okay. You know what I want for you? I want you to deprogram yourself. I want you to deprogram yourself. I want you to go so deep that you understand what social work actually is in a tribal way. I want you to understand the career path you've chosen in a deeper way. You're not on the surface. That's why I keep asking you to go deep, because you're not a surface social worker.
I agree with you on that. I think I even talked to Asha about that as well.
Right, but that requires you to not speak from the program. The program is vague. You'll be asking questions like, deliver me a message. But that would be a psychic. We're not psychics. We're not psychics. We are everything else. We're just a slither of intuition, but it's definitely not a psychic. And so I need you to identify why you chose this. And I don't need you to do it now. I'm gonna give you something to think about. You need to identify, because you're talking to me like we're at work. That's why. You're talking to me like I'm a colleague. And the colleagues, everything's vague. We're having a meeting. How was the meeting? Oh, it was a good meeting, and a meeting, and I don't really. No, this is you. This is you. This is you. You don't talk vague about you. You talk vague about everybody else. So if you are in social work, you immediately need to understand what that means. Social means tribal, means community, and then you have to understand the sacrifice you've made to do this, and the requirements of it at this time. So whenever someone asks you a question, you should have a list of questions. What's happening to our youth? What do you think our youth are going to go through, Lawrence, in this ascension? One question. Two, what's happening to the mental abilities of light workers? They're in between two worlds. I have kids who are crystal children. Three, you should know crystal children on dial as soon as you see them, because you're one. How old are you?
37. I just turned 37. I had to think about it for a second.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Well,
36.
you're not.
Okay.
You're just a little bit over a crystal child, but all of your clients are crystal children. As a professional, you would need to be sitting in front of one of these as you talk. Obsidian. That's exactly what you need to be sitting in front of somebody. You don't need to be sitting. These are train wrecks. These are and they're triggering train wrecks.
They
They
are.
will trigger you. They will trigger you.
Lawrence,
Hello?
so
Okay.
That's not me. I think that's somebody else.
Oh, somebody else with a Jordan name.
Jeanette,
Ask me a question.
I also heard reach for the star.
Oh, that's Jeanette. Jeanette, can you
your
move the phone closer to your mouth? We can't hear you.
Hear me clearly now?
Yeah, not
Miss
too loud.
Latoya.
I can hear you.
So, Mr. Lawrence, for you, Miss Latoya, I also heard reach for the stars. I think Mr. Jordan's message is gonna trigger something in you, and you're gonna get that spark of a new idea. a new thing that you would want to accomplish, and the message to go with that new idea that you will be receiving is to shoot for the stars. Go for it. Go out, shoot for the stars.
Yes.
That's one of the other message
Thank,
I heard.
thank you, Jeanette. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, that's all I need to say. Shoot for the stars because you need to understand the position that you are in and that and what she said, shoot for the stars because what's above is also below. So you got esoteric work, community work to do socially. That's why I'm
I
like, no,
have
you got a
something
lot
to
of
say.
questions. Selena.
Yeah, I have something to say to her. Just looking at her, she reminds me a lot of my nieces. And I think just looking at you, I think you're very smart and I really think you're really brilliant. But this is a total different thing, right? Like we are all, it's a different thing. You don't have to be Dr. Latoya here. We like you, and it's like a different thing, if that makes sense. Like what you have is just innate in you, and you can see it, and I can see it in you very clearly. And you got to kind of like let that part tap into that part and not worry about like the man part of it that made you Dr. Latoya. Lean into the fact of that you just know stuff and it doesn't matter, right? You know, I like see it in your face and there's stuff that you know and you just know it. It doesn't matter if we're doctors or not. That stuff you have to trust your gut because you're older, but you're very young, if that makes sense, right? You're young, but you're an old spirit and I can see it in you and trust your gut. That part you have it instinctually. I can see it in your face.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you, Selena.
You can see there's more she wants, you probably want to say, but you're not saying it. So
Yep.
it's
No,
like
I'm
it's
no,
all
I'm
working.
processing like what y'all
Yeah.
are saying. So when I come into
Mm-hmm.
the spiritual realm in general, it automatically logs me in because I have a Zoom account as doctor. So I'll already leave that. That's miles away. I don't come in as this is who I am. It just logs me in as Dr. Latoya Edwards and she, her pronouns because I use Zoom a lot. That part I have no problem entering into the room, right? Because I came into the session late, I'm trying to catch up on what I missed. So when he then asked me, what is the question? I'm trying to figure out, I don't know what the question is because I missed the first part of what we were talking about. So I'm trying to gather what's going on. I have no problem connecting spiritually or whatever to whatever the case may be. And I understand even the core of what social work is. The whole reason of even me getting into this work is because I know there's a disconnect when referencing to like mental health and merging those two. So I've always known I've had these different gifts. So the reason why I don't have a specific question, I'm a person that always has 1,200 questions. But if I came in late to something, I don't know what's going on, I can't contribute because
Okay.
I'm confused at this moment.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
want y'all to
So
think I'm like
no, no,
attacking
no.
y'all because I
No,
do
no, no, no,
understand
no.
what y'all are saying. Y'all want
Okay.
me to
So let's
spin.
give us a question.
I still don't have a question because I don't have a question. I get what she's saying. She's saying you because I was writing down what you were saying, reach for the stars. People always tell me to push, 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 which is why I have all these degrees because I'm pushing to learn and learn and learn to apply what I'm learning, which is fine. But again, I'm tired of reaching because I don't know how far I'm digging.
Wait.
You don't need no
We
degrees for what
we
we're doing.
we we just asking you. We just asking you something real simple. Something real simple. Do you have a spiritual question
Not at
about
this time.
whatever, spiritual, whatever? It doesn't have to do with your career, doesn't have to do with anything. We're asking you a direct question. Do you, Latoya, 37 years old, been on this planet for 37 years, has a question ever arisen in those 37 years about something spiritual that you didn't know or you would like to know in 37 years of your life?
Trying to think. Normally I'll look it up or I will reach out at that time to someone. I'm trying to think. I don't have anything at this moment that I have like a spiritual question at this time.
Okay.
But I feel as if because I don't have this question, I feel as if y'all think I'm being like defiant or holding
No,
back.
no. You
but I'm
have the
not.
question by not answering it. You have the questions there. You
I
see,
was going to
this is
speak
the
to
type of
that.
spiritual. When you don't answer the
Yeah.
question, you answer the question, and that's what's happening. You are answering the question, and it's okay. It's the right answer, but you are answering the question, and it's the right answer for you at this time, and we respect it. We just gave you a little bit of light and awareness. We just giving you a little bit of light and awareness around the initial question, and your response to it was your response. That's your truth, but we see something more, and we can't unsee it. We can't unsee it. So, and we continue to see it, and it became, as you talk, we see it more, and that's why we're like, you're answering the question without answering the question.
May I ask
Now,
a question?
Sure.
okay, please ask a question, Ferris, because now you done got me confused.
You looking with me. Okay. Are your how is your dream space? Is your dream space vivid? Like, can you recall your dreams?
No, I've never been able to recall my dreams ever.
Okay. So what I just received was you'll start to receive more intuitive hits or more spiritual. I'm hearing unlocking. If you can put some water by your bed at night and ask to start to receive what is your next spiritual step. That's what I received.
Good. That's good. That's a
Thank
technique.
you for that, Paris. I had another one. Now I do have a question now,
Mhm.
since you had asked that. So, okay. Why is it that I don't know why I've never been able to dream like ever? I thought I was a part of just this small world of people. Like literally, if I go to sleep, sorry, you hear my puppy. If I go to sleep and I wake up, I don't remember anything. But when if I'm in a spiritual connection with somebody, all these things pop up for me in the room while I'm with them. But for me, when I go to sleep, I just don't dream. Or I've never been able to recall
Okay,
them.
but you said when you're in the room with them, are you dreaming when you're in the room? Are you dreaming when you're in a connection with them? Is that the only time? That's what you're
It was
saying?
how I worded that. So no, like if I'm doing, let's say, a Reiki session or something like that with somebody different, like their spirits or whatever ancestors might come in the room, and I'm able to receive, see, and hear and retrieve that information. But for me personally, like if for dreams, just for dreams specifically, if I go to sleep at night, I wake up, I can never been able to recall a dream ever.
Okay. That's not a bad thing. Not everyone's going to, and see, it's a subconscious thing as well too. Sometimes when you don't recall your dreams, it doesn't mean that you haven't had them. It's not it's not useful for you to recall them yet. What I'm picking up from you is there is a metamorphosis that's getting ready to turn to a butterfly effect that's getting ready to happen. A bit of the real truth is getting ready to show up. And you're going to be dreaming. You're going to be doing a lot of other things. It's going to hit you because it's going to knock you off your program. It's a mind thing that happens. And you know, us older people, we know it. We know it. It'll come at you. You thinking you have it all down packed, and it'll hit you dead on. And you will see butterflies and lollipops and all type of stuff. And it's not scary, but you just realize you've gotten old enough and have this many years on the planet that you had to change. So I see that. I see a deeper change getting ready to come through you, and it's inevitable. So I understand why you're not dreaming. And I understand that there is a evolution that needs to take place. Here's another thing. Can I say, I'm going to say this to you. Here's another thing. You never mentioned, when we were asking questions, you never mentioned Reiki. You never mentioned you're a Reiki practitioner. You might want to lead with that. That shifts the whole entire focus off the doctor, and we see you. because people need to have that conversation with you, but they can't get to you until till you tell it to them. Like, listen, I have a doctorate in social work, but my passion is Reiki. And they go, oh, okay, good. Okay, I got it. I got it. You understanding my energy, because a lot of people are nonverbal about spiritual. Like they don't have the words. They want
No,
you to read the energy.
no, okay, I got what you're saying. I mean, yeah, I do Reiki, comedic yoga. I'm a 700 hour yoga instructor. So I mean, I do a lot of spirituality. But I think when you had asked me that original question, what was my doctorate in? I just answered that part. But now I see what you're saying. You wanted me to kind of elaborate and give more. I see what you're saying.
Right. Because that's what we see anyway. We're looking at it. It shows up all over you. We're just waiting for you to say something that we can hold on to. We're just waiting because it's all over you, and I'm sure your clients see it too.
Yeah, I mean,
But they don't.
my practice is whole. That's why they come to me. It's not I'm not your traditional therapist. I get out tarot cards, crystals,
Right.
all
But
those
what you have to do is get deeper. Like, let it come off of your vibration. You're doing it, but you have to be it.
Yeah. Right now you give off, to me, I'm just gonna be honest, you give off because that's how I feel, me, myself, you actually give off skeptic energy. Like you don't believe what you're talking about, because I actually feel that way too. But like on your face when I'm looking at you, you're like, I don't even know. I thought I was just, to me, I'm just saying what I see. It's like you seem like, oh, I could be a helping people in the natural world, but like just your demeanor to me is giving off like you don't like it or you don't believe it. And I'm only saying that because I'm the same way, right? And so I could see me going down the path of being like, I feel that every day, like a skeptic. Does that make sense? And that's how I feel. And I don't think that you're trying to give that off, but that's what I'm reading from you. Like, because I'm actually looking at your face right now, and you and you remind me of my nieces. That's why I'm laughing because you just have that millennial young. I'm a Gen X, and you have that face where you're like, "What the fuck are y'all talking about?" To me, right? I don't think that you believe that, but that's what I'm seeing, and I think that if people are coming to you, they might feel that way. Does that make sense? I don't mean to be like attacking you or anything. Like, I hope you know what I'm talking about, because I feel the exact same way. Like when people talk to me about it, half of me is like, I get it, but also I feel crazy. and
Yeah.
that's how I feel.
No, I understand what you're saying, and you're not offending me at all. I'm Jamaican. My father was very blunt. They cuss, they're really blunt. So this is fine. But I think when I'm processing, I'm listening to something, when I'm learning something new, maybe I just have a resting bitch face. I'm not skeptic about the information that I'm receiving. I'm just kind of just processing and listening to like what's being said. And so maybe I need to be like, I guess, mindful of like my facial expression, because I don't because I was excited about, I was telling Aja, I thought I was coming in late. I was excited about this particular
No,
gallery.
I think and I think what's happening is it's beautiful because sometimes when you speak to spiritual people, we read energy immediately. And because we don't have the opportunity to wait, because that's a survival mechanism for us, like that. You know that more than we do. Like, so you, when you showed up, you kind of showed up like a colleague, like I was your colleague. And we got that. And you need to be that. But it also stunted you from getting deeper and realizing what was going on. And it read different ways. But it's all good. This is all good. And what Selena was saying was like, you had I don't know. It's like, okay, I'm old. I'm a dinosaur. So we used to have this like I used to work in social worker, and they used to have this we used to call it the board of ed attitude. I'm sure Brandy knows what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm talking about. It's like a board of ed. It's not you. Definitely not you. It's the residue of being talking in meetings with people who are not really open.
You come ready for business.
Yeah, there you go. Right.
Yeah, you
That's
come
what I
ready for
meant. I'm
business.
trying to figure out. That's
That's
what I meant.
all.
It's like a border. It's like a city. I can't explain it, but it's you have to. We know what it is. We know what it is, and we know why it's there. What we're saying is try not to for a moment because it helps
Like
you.
when you play cards, like you're.
Oh yeah, I'm not that
think
black
of.
person. I just talk smack on the sidelines. I can't play spades. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well, then
So
that's the
I'm the one
problem.
they
Well, like
saying.
that's what I'm saying. But what he's saying, that's what I'm saying. It's like a poker face.
We need to see you,
There's
Latoya,
more
not
to it, but I
Dr.
get it.
Latoya.
We need to see you. We need to see you, and we're seeing you now. See,
Right, we are.
now, right now. This is who we see, and that's how you're engaging us. Your energy is receptive. You are getting it. You're like saying, "No, that's not me, but this is me." You're working, and we.
Lawrence, do you think that her is another form of cloaking, like Ali, that she's not even conscious of? Like when she comes into that space,
It's
she automatically put it up, the
It's a
guard up.
coping mechanism, not a cloaking mechanism, but it is a coping mechanism because that's how she had to cope in those environments. You can't let them know because in the world of emotion, they're in the business. You guys are in the business.
Yeah, that makes
of
sense. I see what
emotion.
you're saying, Lauren. Because you know this too, Audrey. When we're trained, we have to be present for the client. So we're not necessarily going to show our emotion. Not to say that we're not empathetic and sympathetic to their situation, but I guess we're just trained to when we're presenting.
That's what we're learning because as like clinicians, police officers, first responders, in order to be effective in their job, they have to disconnect to really deal with the stuff we hear and deal with. We have to. But often the disconnect is connecting back to our human and personal side on the other side, that sometimes we stay here, we still think we're interacting in that, but we still have that therapist cloak on. So it is hard sometimes to switch in and out when 8 hours of the day we're having to put this cloak on to deal with people where we can't feel. If we felt everything our clients felt, we would be nervous wrecks. So that's where we have to find that balance, not just even as therapists. I think even Lauren said, as us as spiritual healers in doing the work, more or less, as we talk about, is deeper than being a therapist because we're all energy workers. So we have to know when to tap in and tap out. But part of this awareness, I would say, is like shadow work. We think we're presenting one way, but somebody else is interpreting it different, and you can feel misunderstood. But it's like, where is it? But first, it's like, well, dog, well, what am I presenting? And that's where even more inner work comes in, because we can put the shell up, and the whole time we have that shell up, we do have 50 million things in our head, Latoya, always. And because you are a doctorate student, it requires a certain amount of thinking where you got to break everything down. So even with that thought process, holistic and linear, your brain is like this sometimes. Because for school, you had to be taught to break everything. You can't just read an article. You got to read it and break it down. I couldn't do it. I commend you. I stopped because that was too much to think like. So that's where that whole integrate. This is part of what we're learning is the integration. And even like what you missed earlier, you don't even know sometimes how to put into words what all the brilliance is going on in that head. You don't even know how to put it into a question, but you got questions. I know y'all got questions because y'all text me and inbox me stuff all the time. But just, we all got questions. Otherwise, we wouldn't even be in this program. So I think that's what it is. Trusting that we got questions, to trust to ask, and it's okay to ask because everybody on here had questions. I know everybody in this group had questions. Did you trust to ask the question, or did you not trust to hear the answer you may get? So it still does with inner work, because these are all people that don't know any of y'all. I'm sitting here trying to keep my mouth shut. Oof, I was up here rocking, crying, wanting to say this and say, ask them this, they need this, because I hear it all and know y'all. But it's interesting seeing y'all in this environment, shy away. So that is something I want y'all to take away with this, even in the role of being a healer. For those of you who are oracles and intuitives, you can't shy away when it's time to give messages, so you can't shy away when it's time to receive them.
Thank you. Ain't that something? And to my people, y'all knocked it out the box. Y'all knocked it out the box. This was my class first group project where they used their gifts. Okay. And your people were wonderful. First of all, we kind of like the hard part. We kind of like the hard part. You know, the hard part is getting into people and asking them the questions and getting and pulling it out like this. And then when we start pulling out, everybody start chiming in because it takes a village. Sometimes you're so locked. The reading needs 4 people because I knew I couldn't get through you. I wasn't getting there. And then Jeanette jumped in and so many other people jumped in and energetically they jumped in, not just you, but there was others here too as well. And so, Jeanette, did you want to say something?
I wanted to say one more message to Miss Edwards. Don't feel pressured, because I heard at one point you mentioned when I said go for the stars. I also mean dive deeper within, because all of your accomplishments, it's time. It's just time to know own all of them. It doesn't mean to go get another degree or anything like that. It means just diving deeper within, putting everything that you've learned and all of your knowledge, because you also have innate knowledge and innate knowing. So it's just diving deeper within that innate knowledge that is within you, that is already in your lineage, that you already know, that is in your DNA, and using those. And you don't have to prove anything to anybody else. You don't have to prove anything. To just be yourself. Just be yourself. Use your gifts, use your knowledge, use your abilities, use your talent, use your boldness, and use your authenticity to yourself to accomplish what your dreams, your goals, your truth.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you,
That's what
Jeanette.
I
Yes.
wanted to.
Thank you.
Can I
We're
say
gonna get
something real quick?
Kat, are you coming?
Yeah, I just wanted to say something to Dr. Edwards too, just letting them know, like, can y'all hear me? I know it's loud as hell in here. My grandma got the radio loud as hell. I'm
No, we can
sorry.
hear you.
Okay. But no, I just wanted to say, like, sometimes I struggle with that too. Just being in spaces and coming from like this whole institutionalized thing and climbing a ladder, trying to do and show up for people. But what I'm learning in myself and what I like to share with others is when you're in any space, if it's not your sacred space, remember to keep showing up, regardless of what's going on, because people can dump everything on you and you can keep doing and doing everything that you want to do in life. But are you like truly like happy with it? Does that make you joyful? Taking on all this, like, and if it does make you happy, try to see if you can sit in that before you get into those spaces so you can still show up. Because if you're just there operating and you're just doing for others, like where is your essence? Like how, like you can't forget about you, because you got to show up in order to help other people. And I just wanted to share that because I'm learning that myself, and I don't know if that resonates, but just wanted to share that.
Thank you. Thank you, Kat. Thank you. We got 2 people that I want to speak to of my students. It's Shamiqua. And then we're
Hey,
gonna have Raymond. And hey, Shamiqua. So what did you think? Where is your wealth of wisdom on this? And Brandy did speak, but you know Brandy. I'm gonna speak to you tomorrow, actually. So
and
Shamiqua.
I came in late, but there is something I'm hearing custom, and a house. I'm getting this sort of picture of like a home with an architect and a custom house. Um, I want a builder working with the architect to design this house for their particular needs. And through the process of the custom home being designed and built, you know, there are a lot of passerbys that may not understand the process that's being undergone, but it's really not necessarily for them to understand when the grand opening comes and you come inside the house and you understand how it's able to accommodate the occupants and the visitors and all of the bells and whistles that were painstakingly installed in order to serve the needs of the specific family and the specific community. The additional time, the additional effort, and the additional money makes a whole lot more sense. And I just guess what I'm getting now is the reasons for all those additional details in those custom plans may not fully be understood at this time, but the benefits will be immeasurable.
That was a general message. That was for all of us. When you built that house, we were all, these are rooms in that house. Yeah. You did that. I received that. I did. I received us collaborating together. Me and Asha have known each other for forever. And this is one of we did collaborate years ago, but this is the second time we're collaborating, and we're on our way to Tulum, Mexico. So there's a retreat, and I'll send out some more information to my people. But we are bridging Charlotte and Dallas together. Now, interesting enough, none of these people in the class are from Dallas. So you see how God works. So everybody in my class is from all over. We met on TikTok. We all met on TikTok. So we got Chicago, we got Arizona, we got Ohio, we got more Chicago, we got Connecticut, we got Georgia, we got everyone that's here. So you're getting information from different aspects of the country. We got Jamaica, we got actually Selena is in Raleigh. So Selena's going to get with you, Asha.
We've connected. Yes.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, you connected. Good. So that's connected, and someone else is also from somewhere else that's close by. Raymond, thank you, Shamikwa. Thank you for that. I think you gave us a general message in a sense. I think you did about architecture, and I think that's what we're doing right now. I think that's exactly what we're doing. Raymond is a numerologist out of Chicago. Raymond, let us know. First of all, what time is it?
8:41 our time.
There you go. So it's 7:41. We're getting ready to cross over 7:40. 744, 844, and 744. 44s are the angelic realm. So everything that we do when we do collective is synced up to an ascension number. Energy will sync up to numbers. That's why we all look at 111 together. We look like 444 together. We're on the same vibration. So this was set, and Raymond, we're going to cross over the 744, 844 ascension portal. 844 means infinity on the angelic realm. 744 means basically luck, synchronicity in the angelic realm. So we're good. So Raymond, let me know how you feel. Give us something.
How do I feel?
Yes.
I'm feeling good, optimistic. I was, still kind of in this looking for direction on as far as career, getting back into IT. But Sunday was a really good day.
Okay.
Sunday was a really good day. I was able to get to Lake Michigan.
Okay, good.
And I was able to get some water. One, I was able to get my feet in the sand. I was able to meditate under the tree. And I was able to get some water from Lake Michigan, especially since I found out that ley line runs.
Good. Thank you.
across Lake Michigan. Now, I don't know, I'm still, I have ideas, but I'm still
Okay,
not.
so what we're going to do with the water, you're going to
Mhm.
sleep with that water by your head. You're going to put it in a clear glass. You're going to sleep with it by your head. You're going to channel the, not only channel the lake, you're going to channel the ley line. Make sure that you drink lots of water. There's a lot of energy that's going to go through your cranium for that. Now, do not take in too much. It's a ley line. It's not milk. It's not meant for humans like that. That's why
I
when
was
you
just
get,
about to say that.
yeah, it's not meant for humans like that.
He's gonna pick up on something.
Okay.
Uh, I hate to say it because this freaks me out a little bit, like
Okay.
extraterrestrial.
Yes. Wow.
It almost like scares me a little bit because I could feel it. Like it's gonna be a lot.
Yeah. Thank you, Brandy. Nailed it. That's why I'm saying don't take in. Don't take in because you see it doesn't mean you need to take it in.
Mm.
You just need to look at it and make sure that
He
you,
might travel.
yes.
I'm sorry.
No,
You're probably gonna travel. When I say travel, you're going to astral travel.
There you go.
Should I, because right now it's in a mason jar and I got clear quartz around it. I got 4 mason jars full.
Good. Take one,
Okay.
separate it.
Okay.
Separate that one. That's the one that you're going to use for your head. You're going to
Okay.
use one for your feet. You're going to put one at the bottom of your foot, at your feet.
Okay.
Okay. Because while you're doing that, is that you want to balance the energy. You don't want it to hit your head and not go through your body. You were designed to play 4. Isn't this funny? You bought 4 mason jars. We're crossing over 744 and 844. You see what I mean? You
Yeah.
can't get away from this. So you
It's
need to get
heavy.
a compass. Yes. You need to get a compass in your house, figure out where the east, west, north, and south is. You need a little feng shui with this because it's a ley line energy. So you don't want it trapped in your house. You don't want it to knock over something in your house. Once you activate it, here's another thing. Brandy's gonna be there. Yes, you are. Because you already see it. You see it. I know you see it. Look at your
I
face.
don't
I know.
see it. I feel it.
I know.
I know. I don't want to.
You already are there because you feel it, and you making me feel it. I see it. But it's
Like a
it's
lot
yeah,
of energy, and I
yeah,
start literally feel like my head is like I
yeah.
don't know what's happening right now.
Right. That's what I needed. Okay, so Brandy's. Remember, I said protect your head in the beginning. That's what I mean. Drink some water and have some aspirin. It's a lot in your cranium that's going to get hit. But you need that information. You're old, and we will support you in that. Brandy just did. She just did. We're empaths. So we take up the slack. We could just be together and we'll be used to support someone just pulled in. Brandy, that's when Brandy started speaking, I knew that she was there. And I'm like, no, she's there with you because that like I can't even
Yeah.
reveal to you the amount of paranormal activity that's coming out of that water right now.
And it's a couple different ley lines that I saw that run across there.
Yeah.
According to that software.
Okay, now trace it around the country.
Yeah.
Trace it all the way around. It's a belt. I think it's Orion's belt. I think it's Orion's belt. So trace it around because you need to know the big alpha and the omega. It starts in a location and it loops. The source of it you will find. And it might be Lake Michigan. It might be Lake Michigan. Okay? I'm not gonna keep you on long. We did this, people. I want to thank you
Lawrence.
guys for letting us. Hello?
Lawrence, it's Shamiqua. I
Shamiqua,
just
what's
wanted about Raymond. I don't know if it's relevant, but I'm getting the tie from what Brandy was saying, a tie from the extraterrestrial to the ancient Egyptians. There's something about the ancient Egyptians with regard to the numbers and the patterns that is important. Something in the way that they did it that's going to help. and that's relevant. It may be location, but I'm also getting technique or process.
Mm. I'm going to add something to that. Shamiqua, stay open. He said IT. He said IT. He said, I thinking about going back to IT. And if you get any hit from there, because that IT job he has is not really an IT job. It's not really an IT job. It's something else. He already did it and it changed him. So he is suited for ley line work because of his IT background.
So it's a
Turn-
reason I'm getting pulled back into IT. I thought I was done with it.
Well, it's not the IT that you think it is.
Yeah.
The ley lines, it's energy. So you might be IT, but it won't be from a company. It'll be from the spirit world.
Boom.
Can I interject here?
Please.
I feel like I need to. I'm a change manager in my 8 to 5 job. I strategize with corporations and how to change while they're changing technologies, processes, policies, procedures. They need training and communications for employees. I'm like a business psychologist. So I'm in their heads of the employees saying, well, how do they feel? So I ask questions using the energy work that I've learned in the corporate environment. Where I'm going with it is, I work for a fucking bank. I'm not a banker. I'm an energy worker, but I've learned how to use the skills that pay me my money to do what's my passion. I'm saying to you, I need people like you in IT who have the mind that you have, that's not just the process technology oriented, but the feeler in IT. How are people feeling about this? There's a gift there. So maybe it's not the way you've been thinking about IT, just like I don't know nothing about banking, but I know people and I know how to read energies. I know where there is resistance, and I have a journalism degree that tells me how to put a communications plan together, and I can communicate to people, not from my mouth, but from other people's mouths, to make them feel differently about change, to let them see the light in the darkness. So I'm saying maybe you can think of ways you can apply your IT skills with this energy work and knowledge that you obviously have, and make it be something different than what you're hired in corporate to be. So you can wear that hat from 8 to 5, and then when you leave, you can apply it in ways that really are passionate for you, and still get something out of you, what pays your bills.
Wow.
Where pattern recognition meets intuition. It's the merging, it's that duality we discussed in the 222. It's the merging of the math and the science and the numbers with the intuition and the ability to take and to create a system that merges. I mean, it gives that whole snake around the pole thing. And that's the Aquarius energy, and that's what this eclipse is doing. It's eclipsing out this old stuff and giving us an opportunity to showcase our gifts without all of the pushback. And it's not just the opportunity, it's necessary. We have to do it now. Yeah.
I think it needs to be the diversity, exclusion, inclusion offices that I think that people like us would flourish in. And just saying to what Karen said and to what Dr. Latoya was saying, my brother he works for AstraZeneca Pharmaceuticals, and they approached him about expanding their diversity inclusion program. So if you're in that space, and if that's what you're doing, reach out to me and let me know, because I'll give you his information, because that's where you need to go to. It's just like you said, Karen, it kind of just all came together, and that's what I want her to know. I was not trying to point her out. I'm just saying she would be so phenomenal in a space for people, because that's what I believe. Like, there has to be people like her and like me who, and like a lot of us who are going to keep it like cool and not be all kind of nutty and weird and turn everybody off from it. We have to still function in the space where people will come to us and not act like and shut us down so we're so weird. But you have to accept that we are different and love that part of you and embrace it because you have a safe space here. But go ahead and live your life in the regular world so we can reach them too. That's how I really believe. So I like she's like that.
Yes. And because and thank you, Selena, and thank you, Shamika, and thank you, Karen, and thank you, Brandy, and thank you, Jeanette, and thank all of you for allowing us to exchange this information. This actually was more than just a water gallery. This was also personal development, spiritual development. We had Akashic record reading in here. We had past life regression reading here. We did four corner reading in here. We did energy work in here, and we came together and gave someone energy that needed it. So all of that you experienced tonight. All of that you experienced tonight. And we're not
I
going to
just want
keep.
to say one last thing, Lawrence.
Mhm.
I just want to say to anybody that's here, that's new or different, every time I come on here, I just want to be honest. I may sound like I'm into it, I get it, but the whole time I'm going, am I crazy? And I don't mean it the way that people look down on us. I just mean it is different, right? And so I want you to know no matter how we all sound when we get off this call, we still talk to each other like, are you cool? Are we cool? So just know that if you're doubting yourself, that's where we all are, and it's fine. And if I did not have you guys, I would just be running that program in my mind by myself. So don't think anybody here has got it figured out. We're on the same walk together and we're trying to support each other.
Yes. Thank you, Selena. Thank you. And we want to, I want to thank all of you and those who participated in this, and thank Asha for having us. Where should we take this, Asha? Where are we going? Because I'm supposed to be coming in May to an event or something like that.
Yeah, the first weekend of May, we're trying to do the camping retreat for the healers and the energy workers at Rex's. So
Oh, okay, so
first
Rex's.
weekend,
Okay.
first weekend of May at Rex's. So
Okay.
that, and then like I said, in between, if any of your students are interested in any energy work, I offer my classes every other month. I'm even willing to do some virtual. So I appreciate the merge in my class from your class. This group are energy workers, level 1 and level 2 Reiki workers that in my calling of helping to understand the indigenous practices, that they're not just average Reiki workers. Honestly, in what we started out talking, we're using the word Reiki, but I know my lineage and they're galactic. So I'm glad
Galactic,
you
okay.
started on that, because we don't do just regular Reiki.
Right.
We're incorporating shamanic practices, but also, which comes from the indigenous side, but also this is helping the gateway of me helping them to understand. Now we got to go higher above. We're talking galactic lineage now. It's past just the earth lineage.
Right.
It's galactic. So the combination is helping us understand, even as all of us in our ways felt different, odd, we're starting to see, no, we're not the abnormal, we're really the norm. We're the norm now. So it's beautiful to see us merge. I'm glad that my class was able to see different perspective, even helping them to step more into their roles as healers. And we're all healers regardless of what man degrees and certifications. And I always tell like someone, don't get another degree. Don't do it if you're not doing the work. All that really don't matter at the end of the day. It's just do the work. So I'm thankful to have the interaction with your students as well. And I know there's students of yours that are just as powerful. Initially, I had to calm myself down over it. My heart was beating, I'm crying, everybody. I'm an empath, so I was feeling everything. I had to step away for a moment, but I'm honored. I'm thankful again, Lawrence being my mentor, and helping me to grow and seeing me to grow,
Yes.
us growing
You got
together. So
yes.
this is
We
what
came
people
from
see. This is what we're forming community, especially people of color, because I know when I came into this, there was nobody like me really doing this work. So part of my mission is to be that light for others of color, because this is our work.
Yes. There you go. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. We done said enough.
Yes.
We done said enough. But we want to have another setup. We may, y'all need to come over to us now.
Well,
The
I
ball
think
is in
my
your
crew
court.
will be willing and ready.
Okay. Y'all need to come over to us.
We'll have to make sure the times, like we're about to go to daylight saving times. I don't know what time, but we'll make sure we're on the same page. Look.
Oh, it's a daylight saving time already?
It's like the time, yeah, it changes this weekend. Yeah.
Oh shit. Is it already? Okay.
On Sunday, yeah.
Okay, we got a lot of work on that one. Okay, so I'm
When's
Asha, I'm
the
gonna get with
eclipse?
you.
When's the eclipse?
The 8th. The 8th of
Okay.
April.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you
that's
doing something for that? Are you doing something virtual or anything?
Spirit has not landed me at
Okay.
all yet, but there's another land space, another student that belongs in this group by the name of Jenny owns some acreage out in about 2 hours. Because it's coming right over Dallas.
I'm going to be flying that day.
And then Selena's gonna be in the air from Jamaica.
Weird.
Yeah, she's gonna be.
Well, this time, like you said, Lawrence,
Uh-huh.
out of this crew, we talked about making this connection to Texas. So I'm pretty sure that out of this
No, you
class
coming,
here,
and Asha's coming to Texas. Well,
yes,
you're coming
I'll
to
be
Texas, but what
bringing.
you
I'll
guys
see
are
who
gonna
on this
see.
tribe.
Yeah,
Mhm.
she's gonna see, and then we're headed to Mexico,
Mhm.
probably more than once. But we're gonna go because I need to get out of here.
Thank you.
Well, thank
Love
everyone. My team, I'll contact you tomorrow, and enjoy. Love you all, and I'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Everybody.